Hey everybody, welcome back to Adobe Live. Today's a big day. Today is the day we launched the new Adobe Express. And I'm here with world famous
Goldie Chan.
Goldie Chan. We're going to be doing some, well, and I say we, I mean she. She's going to be doing some great Adobe Express branding stuff. I'm just here to keep things moving along. If you're watching this on Behance, great. Head over to the chat. Let us know you're here. Let us know where you're from. Also, let us know what your questions are along the way. That's my job, to kind of catch your questions, either answer them myself or pass them on to Goldie so she can answer them for what she's doing. Now, you might notice, I know it's hard to, you probably didn't notice, maybe you didn't, that part of Goldie's head is missing. And it's because Goldie's hair is green.
Hair's green.
And we're on a green screen. So her head is really there. I'm looking at it in real life. It's really there. It's just the fact that we're on a green screen, green hair. We didn't really think this one through.
Yes.
So,
there
it is. You can see it.
Ta-da!
Yeah. So, see, she really does have hair. But when we go to the background graphics there, it kind of keys itself out. I think it's cool looking myself. I'm okay with it. Hopefully you are too. So you do see it's a real person. It's not an AI-generated robot, kind of like with no head. She's really there. All right, Goldie.
Yes. So
Tell us what you're going to be doing today.
Terry, I'm so excited to show
I'm
today.
so excited to have you here and show us.
I'm so excited to be here, have my lovely green hair be keyed out a little bit, but also I'm excited to show in Adobe Express how you can collab with other people.
Ooh.
Yes, so
I should probably have my email open.
Yes,
I think
please
you're gonna send
open
me
your
something.
email. So today what we're going to do is we are going to show how you can actively collaborate with other people on your team. So for those out there who run their own marketing agency, like I run my own called Warm Robots, but perhaps you may work in-house and you just need to share those files with a team member. We're going to go over really quickly over the next hour how to collab with your amazing team members on different items. And also what I want to do, so this is double duty today, we're also going to show how when you import PDFs into Adobe Express, you can edit them also pretty easily.
Great.
So
we should probably switch to your screen and not mine then.
yes.
Right? There we go.
Thank you. Okay, so this is my screen. What we're gonna do is we are going to start with, I've made up a company. It's called Black Cat Consulting because cats are cool. And so I'm going to call my fake company that. And now you are, Terry is a team member on Black.
I just got a new job.
You
This
just
is
got a new
awesome.
job. He no longer works at Adobe. No, you definitely still work at Adobe, but now you are also moonlighting on Black Cat Consulting. So
Side income. I love it.
side income. So what we're gonna do is we are going to go over some.
But wait, we didn't go over any of the HR rules, compensation plan, 401k.
I'm just, I'm gonna pretend this post-it
That's my
note
offer.
is your offer. $0.
$0.
$0.00
Kind of a
for Terry White.
volunteer kind of thing. Okay, got it.
Yes, there's also, I was gonna say, I think that there is resume templates here in Adobe
There are.
Express. So in case
There
you
are.
needed a resume for this fake job, you can absolutely use that.
That would be cool.
But let's get into it. So what we're gonna do is we are going to first jump in and I'm gonna open this up and this is going to be just a series of PDFs that we're gonna go into, and let's go ahead and we're gonna drop this directly
So
in.
you are taking a PDF.
Yes.
And you just drug it into the browser.
I just drug it into the
And
browser.
it's uploaded it and converted it into a native Express template document.
Absolutely. So we're gonna
So-
open an editor.
What for those of you who like just kind of casually saw that happen and just worked, this is really allowing people to edit PDFs without having to have the native application that created them.
Yep.
So one of the things that people asked when I start showing the ability to upload Photoshop files and Illustrator layered files into Express is, what about InDesign? Well, there's no native InDesign support at this time, but export it as a PDF, drop it in, and now your InDesign file's editable as well as in Express.
Which is super exciting. So what I want to see is, okay, so I'm so glad we're doing this live. You can see there's a little bit of funky fonts happening, but what's great is I can edit all these fonts right away. So I think that's what's
So you didn't have to package it. You didn't have to upload the fonts. You didn't have to upload all the individual graphics. Just PDF, boom, done.
So I've just changed this to say new outfits instead of fresh outfits. And this is, once again, from a PDF. It's not from a Photoshop file. I'm going to go into that a little bit later of what we can do with Photoshop too. But here is essentially, we're going to say Black Cat Consulting is a style consultancy. So now, Terry, you're on my style team.
Oh, no. I need some style help from time to time.
Well, your head isn't being keyed out in the green, so you're good already.
Right. I'm going to switch gears and become a style consultant.
Absolutely.
Right, just like that. Done.
So what I'm going to do is I need some help from a team member. So I'm going to click Share.
Ooh.
And I'm going to invite my collaborator, which is very exciting. And I'm going to go ahead and type in your email. Okay.
Awesome.
And we're going to share that.
And of course, Outlook's being a little weird, but I can look at this in another way. All right, I do have mail coming in.
And I'm going to say, because I'm very polite, please edit this. And I'm going to invite you. And the invitation has now been sent. Super easy to do this.
I'm waiting on it. But don't wait for me.
I'm not going to wait for you.
I'll let you know when I get it.
So what's so great about inviting somebody on your team to be able to look at it? We're going to do this live. We're going to pretend you definitely got that email super fast, which you absolutely did. And I'm going to say, Terry, the other member on my design team, great. With this old PDF that we have that we use last year, let's just say in 2022 for this brand, it's all purple. But I know that this year, the hot color is...
The hot color is green.
Green. Okay.
Because it's working for you right now.
It's
with your
working
hair.
well.
Hot color is green. Oh, wait, I got an email. There's an email.
Amazing. So now the cool thing is Terry can go ahead and open that email and he can make comments in this.
Right.
So he can start collaborating with me.
So hang on a second. I just want to show people this.
Yes, I would love to go over to your screen and maybe we can show people what it looks like to get that collaborating email.
Pay no attention to the installing Outlook. Don't you love it when you get an update during a live stream?
Yes.
But anyway, I opened up in mail and there's my Start Collaborating button. And I got her message, everything's here, and I can just click and it should open up in my browser and away I go.
Let's do it live.
All right,
Let's start collaborating.
Hold on, I'm gonna, because it's not my default browser, so let me head over to my browser here. Let's open up a new tab, let's paste that in. Here we go.
Here we go.
Look at that. Oh my God, there it is.
It's so neat.
I didn't do anything, I just clicked the link, theoretically, from her, and I'm now looking at the same exact thing she is.
And so on my screen, I can actually see, if we want to switch back to my screen, so see that little orange?
Hey,
that's
me.
Terry scrolling around,
Right.
going wild in the document, which is great. So I would, at this point, say, okay, Terry, do you boo? I love this copy, Terry. Terry is not on the marketing team at my design company, but we'll just say Terry is now an executive at my style company.
I forgot what it used to say.
It's okay. It's okay, because what I can do is now it says your style. I'm gonna go in and edit that and say your style. This is bad grammar. Is wow. Please don't.
I like it.
Please don't. But wow. Wait. Wow. With an exclamation mark. And now we are collabing in real time on this. And this is the best part is you actually also don't need to have, so if Terry, and I feel wild just even saying this, if Terry did not know Photoshop, if Terry did
There
not
was a
know
time.
it. You know, I'm
Yeah,
thinking thought
there
bubble.
was a time I didn't know it. A long time ago.
Long time ago, pre-Photoshop, I'm sure.
Pre-Photoshop. Yeah.
If Terry wasn't as familiar with Photoshop, I would be able to share this file and Terry could jump into Adobe Express and he could edit, he could write notes. Now the best part is I could email Terry and say, okay, well, once again, do we want to keep this color purple or do we want to change this color to something new? And Terry can actually go through and he could go ahead and edit that color in the background.
Uh-oh, I've been asked to do a task.
And so
Let's
I'm going
see.
to ask him to do the task and you can see what it looks like on my computer while he's editing that color to a different.
Interesting. I'm getting adjustments there. I'm not getting the actual color though. Hang on. I saw it a minute ago. Oh,
There we go.
was.
I
There
see it.
was.
I see it. Just click on it.
Interesting.
How interesting.
This. Oh, you know what? It's because it's showing that as an image.
Oh, well, there we
Is
go.
that just a? Yeah, that's an image. That's why.
So
I can't change color.
we're gonna do this. We're gonna remove the background. Oh,
Hang on.
and we're gonna do everything live. And this is the best part about doing things live. Okay, so we are going to do this.
I got an idea.
Okay,
I know
I want
how
to
we
see
can
your
do
idea,
this.
Terry. This is very exciting. We're
Hold
doing
on.
this all live.
I see what's going on now. Hold on. Ah, there we go. That's why. Okay, I see why I
Okay.
couldn't change the color now.
Oh, because it was
It was attached.
it was attached.
And
Yeah, so
now-
sometimes what will happen is you will have your layers be grouped together, which is
Right.
something to also be aware of when you're translating your PDFs in Adobe Express.
There we go. So now I can go in and make that any color I want.
Amazing. Amazing.
And again,
stylish.
so yeah, there's that green.
There's that green.
This
That's
is
the
going to be
color.
keyed out at some
Yeah.
point. All right. So let's just go ahead.
Let's do blue. Let's do
I
blue.
like, because you know what? That's the other thing too. I like to be able to just go ahead and click through the colors and see what looks best with your design. Because when I
Absolutely.
said green, I was just, of course joking about the green screen. But when I saw it, I'm like, no, I don't like the green. It doesn't look good.
No. And what's great is, as you can see on Terry's screen, there's recommended colors
Yep.
right now that are super helpful. If you don't know what color you want to use, Adobe will say, we got you. Here's
Right.
some
and
colors.
you can also even sample a color that's already there. Like, because a lot of times I'm challenged with, I just don't know what color will look good. So if there's a color in the photo that's already there, chances are picking a color from the photo is going to make it match with everything else because, you know, the color schemes. But the recommended's good, as well as, and again, I kind of like this blue. I can't remember what it used to be, but I kind of like this.
I think I like that too. And if we switch over to my screen really quickly, one thing that we can do is I've preloaded my Black Cat Consulting, and I can also go ahead and change colors too. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and
And Kylie agrees with you. She says the dark blue looks really good.
yes, awesome, awesome. So we're gonna go ahead and, you know what, I'm gonna add in a logo because maybe people want to know, and we're gonna resize that because that's gigantic. And we're gonna put this on our amazing PDF. So now our flyer has the actual brand logo.
But wait a minute, where did that logo come from?
Well, that logo came from our brand kit.
Oh.
That was an amazing question, Terry. Thank
I
you.
was trying to lead you in.
Yeah, you definitely let us in. So if you see under brands and libraries, I have a couple of brands here. Give Love is another brand I've made up, but we're not using that one this time. We're gonna use Black Cat Consulting. And what's neat is I can have several different versions of my logo because sometimes you need multiple versions
Sometimes
of a logo.
you need one that'll look good on black. Sometimes you need one to look good on white. Sometimes you need a transparent one. Sometimes you need one that's vertical. Sometimes you need one that's horizontal. So you can have different looks to your logo to use for different reasons.
Absolutely. And maybe we also want to switch to our brand fonts, and we also have our colors here, so I can switch over to the different colors that are good with my brand. But we did one, we're gonna do another one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get out of this, I'm gonna go back to my main screen. I'm gonna go whoop. And then I'm gonna open up another one because we're just gonna go through a few of these. we're going to go through a few of these PDFs. So this one is going to be a brochure. And once again, this is all live. That's a PDF. Let's see what happens.
Rashid says, nice. I definitely need to get Express to edit PDFs.
Yes, please. Get Express to
I
edit
don't know of an
PDFs.
easier way to edit PDFs. We used to do them in Illustrator.
Oof.
Now I can do it right in Express.
You do it right in Express, and we're going to open an editor. And one of the easiest things, one of the things that I personally like about this.
That's a cool one. I like this design already.
Yeah, is look at this. I can edit the fonts. I mean, this is really cool.
I know.
Being able to edit text in a PDF, which we all know can be a nightmare, right? Because you're cutting and pasting. You take the PDF, say your client or say somebody else on your team gives you an old PDF, and we've all had old PDFs before.
Or worse, you have the PDF, but you lost the original document.
Oh,
like,
yes. You designed it originally.
Gone, right. And like, oh no, all I have left is the PDF from the website. I don't have the original document anymore.
Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and invite Terry again. And now it also shows up that please
And now my email is working now, so I should be able to get that a little
I'm
faster.
so glad. Thank you so much.
Outlook finished installing. It's update. Oh, there it is. Came in quickly. And I can just go ahead and start Oh, no, I don't want to do that because it's going to open up in the wrong browser.
Oh, no. Okay.
Copy
so
the
while Terry's opening that up, we can take a look at this.
Paste.
This maybe older version of this, and sometimes we will have a little bit of wonkiness. So you see that instead of the L's for black cat, we're gonna have a little dash. So we're gonna just edit that really quickly. But I wanna say this is really good for the fact, and you just saw Terry move that image around. This is so good for the fact that you can essentially go ahead and edit text. You can take these images. So say I want to promote something new. Say I don't want these images of people. Well, I can just take a PNG, and we're gonna do this.
PNG.
A PNG, and we're gonna.
What?
Oops. A PNG. I feel nervous that you're gonna make me define a PNG on camera.
A PNG is a graphic format.
A PNG is a graphic
like
format.
Like JPEG and TIFF and PNG and PNG is PNG, GIF.
Yes.
Or GIF, depending on what planet you're on. And Ping has one nice aspect about it compared to all the other formats I talked about is that it can support transparency.
Yes.
So if you do want to create your logo and be able to put it on top of something else and not have the white box around it, save it as a PNG or Ping file.
And this is why you're Terry White, because
I explain things that most people already know.
You explain things people already know, but you also go so in depth, and that's what's so amazing. And so what I did the entire time while you were talking, which wasn't that long, I dropped in this PNG. So say I wanted to change this now. I want this pamphlet to be about the beach in the summertime and what you wear to the beach. Woo! And so I took this PNG I already created in Photoshop, and I dropped it in, and as you can see, it goes right in. And I see we have a question. What about 10-year-old PDFs?
PDFs are PDFs. As long as it's a PDF, it should work. Now, I haven't tested this, but I'm sure we most likely respect if the PDF is password protected or locked in some way. You probably can't edit those because those were designed not to be edited by the author. But the age of the PDF shouldn't matter. I can't imagine why it would. So try it. If you have a 10-year-old PDF, worst case scenario, it doesn't work, but it should work.
It should work.
Will any shape be editable too? Depends on what you mean by any shape. Like any shape created in Express, yes. Any shape in the PDF, depends. Because it depends on how the shape was originally defined in the original document. Was it separate? Was it part of a photo? So yes and no. It depends on the shape.
And while you're talking, I've just been dropping summary pictures that I've found in Adobe Express to make this more summary.
What do you mean by found?
I mean, I went to the search bar and I clicked in summer. I typed in summer into search. And as you can see, we also have a bunch of different summary things we could do. Also
Now,
suggestions.
whose photos are those? How do you get to use those?
I'm glad you asked. Those photos are all from Adobe stock,
Ah, the free collection.
the free collection.
So you don't have to pay anything extra for those. You just, if you're an Express user, you can use them.
If you're an Express user, you can use them. Now, we of course have things that have the little crown element on them. Those
I
are
love the crown,
premium
'cause
elements.
that means those are premium. Those are for the people
premium.
that do have a paid subscription to any of our Creative Cloud memberships.
Yes. So that's the other great thing,
Or
I think.
even if you don't have, let's say you're not going to ever use Photoshop or Illustrator. I don't know why, but let's say you're not. And you say, I just want to use Express. Then you can just subscribe to Express and you would have access to the premium content as well.
Yep.
Or you could use Express for free and not have the premium content.
Yep. And so there's all these. In fact, I can go ahead and we're going to type in summer again, and I will pick something that's not premium. I'll do this video, and that's a non-premium element that now makes this brochure into a video brochure.
Right, so the minute she dropped that video in, it said, oh, there's a video, so I need to convert this whole project into a video. So now there's a timeline at the bottom.
So now I can click on that timeline, and as you can see, we get this, so soothing. Anyone else there soothed by the visuals of water? So now we can go ahead and we have a more summary thing that we can then export. I can share it with other team members, but this was so fast, and if I wanted to edit any of this text, so helping people find their style for over 50 years, maybe I find out that was factually inaccurate. So I'll say for over 2 years now. And now our company is 2 years
I
old.
want to show something real quick.
Yes, please.
So if you, and I don't know if this will work, like, cause I'm just seeing your design for the first time. So this is literally me just trying this out. So this is a video of a surfer that I just went and saw. I didn't even search for it. It was one of the first ones there.
Yep.
I don't know why it has the Adobe stock on it, but it shouldn't. But anyway.
We'll pretend it doesn't.
We'll pretend it doesn't. I don't know why, because it's like it should be there without the watermark, but it's there. Now let's say I drop this in because this is new. So you know we've got this great technology to allow you to remove the background from a photo, and I think you even did it on one of yours so far, or maybe you will.
Maybe I will.
All right, but anyway, like I see it so many times I can't remember when you did it. But now with this release of Express, you notice that even though that's a video, and here if I hit play, you'll see it playing.
Exciting. Yeah.
And it's in slow motion, which is cool.
So
I have the ability to remove the background from a video now. And depending on the video, it'll work great or it'll work okay.
We're going to see. This is the magic of Adobe.
This is the magic. Like, I've never tried it on this video. Obviously haven't tried it on your brochure. We're going to see if this works. And it's doing its thing. And it's got to do it for every frame of the video. So that's why it's taking a little extra time than it would on a still. But you got to keep in mind that videos 30 frames a second usually, and it's got to take out the background for every single frame in the video. So depending on how long the video is, this might take a little bit longer.
But what I like is while you're doing that,
you could keep working.
I can keep working. So say we just move locations. We're not longer in Los Angeles. So what we're going to do is we are going to change our address to, I'm going to go ahead and edit this out. Whoop. Maybe we are now in Las Vegas. So we're just going to do Las Vegas.
It just finished.
Amazing.
Look at that. No background on the video. That is worth the price of admission as far as I'm concerned right there.
And on my screen, I don't see it yet, but it could also be, I see Terry's.
Oh, yeah, Paco, if you switch to me, then they'll be able to see it.
There you go. Now they can see it, yeah.
Look at that.
Yay.
A video with no background. I'll use it just for that.
I know.
That's so easy.
It's so easy. It's so cool because that takes so long to do that.
Right, and I can resize it. I can make it bigger. I can make it smaller, whatever.
I mean, you can drop it onto that water.
Yep. See, this is why you're the lead designer here. Things I wouldn't think of.
Yeah, so now we have double videos. If you press that play at the bottom, I think that's going to be really exciting. Oh my gosh, this is This is 3D. This is we're making it happen in real time. Yes, exactly, Floyd. It's magic.
All right, that was it. That's all I wanted to show. Back to our story.
Okay, so we've now edited a brochure, really fun. I want to go and just keep editing more things. So we're gonna go ahead and jump in, and we're gonna go back to our home screen, and we're gonna do another PDF. I just want to show everyone as many PDFs as possible because it's nice to just see what they'll look like. And once again, these are all PDFs that have been saved as a PDF file. It's going to take a little bit to convert, but that was also really fast.
I mean, it's so funny how when a new technology comes out,
Yeah.
we're usually amazed by it, and then within about 5 minutes, we're like, oh my God,
That's
I
so
can't
slow.
believe that's taking 10 seconds to do the thing that would take me 10 hours to do before, but it's okay. It's like, so yes,
Yeah,
it took
so
a few
it's-
seconds, but
after a
look
while,
at what it lets you do.
So I'm going to share this one again because today is all about sharing and collaborating. Once again, I'm going to say, please edit this flyer, Terry, because I'm so polite. And I've invited Terry to edit.
Oh, I got another invite. Hang on, I see some questions. I'm going to answer them in just a second. Let me deal with this invite first.
And
There's
while
the
he's
new
doing
one.
that, I'm going to go ahead and remove the background on this because I no
Copy
longer
link.
like the background. And oh my gosh, look at that. So fast.
All right. Yeah, images are usually instantaneous.
Images are so fast.
But video, it has to do it for all the frames in the video, so
Yeah.
it takes a minute or two. All right, I got that one, and I already see the background gone from the photo. Awesome.
Yep.
Now let me, I'm going to see if I can answer one of the questions while you continue working on that.
Absolutely.
I need to recreate it myself to see if I can do it.
So what I'm going to do is while he's working on that, I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to drop in some videos. So I'm going to pretend that I'm asking him lots of questions. I'm asking my collaborator to drop in maybe a video in the background. So we're going to go ahead and do some of that. So we're going to drop in a fun video in the background.
I am doing this to answer a question.
Oops, we're gonna go back to that, and we're gonna move this layer. I'm gonna just drag it
All right, let's see if this
below
works.
this. Cool.
Background.
And so once again, I've made this. Now we have movement on our PDF. We've made a PDF that looks elegant, hopefully still, but also we have now, it just has had so much more depth to it. And I think that this is super beginner friendly. This is all drag and drop. Everything we've been doing is dragging and dropping.
So Ashley is asking, can beginners learn this? Absolutely. We all learned it as beginners. We didn't know it until we tried it. So, I mean, obviously it helps coming from a Photoshop or Illustrator background to know some of the terminology or some of the things that are in it.
Yeah.
But the Express team really went out of their way for non-traditional professional users to be able to use this too. So absolutely, as a beginner, you should be able to learn this, no problem.
Yep. And then once again, what I'm going to just do really quickly while Terry's working on that is I'm going to say, oh, you know what? This is actually our old logo. So we're going to delete that. We're going to go back into our brands and libraries. And I'm going to pick our new logo. And we're going to drop that in. We're going to update that for our client. So our client has the most updated logo on their beautiful brochure / flyer. And we are ready to go. And I think Terry, you're almost ready to answer that one question about video.
I'm building a whole thing just
So while
to
you're doing
answer a
that,
question.
I'm just gonna keep editing. So we're gonna keep editing. We're going to change.
You
some
know
more
what?
colors.
While you're waiting on me to finish this download,
Yeah.
and I'm just waiting on the computer to download this.
So you can see here's just my colors from Black.
That's
Cat
what I was going to
Consult.
ask you. So
Thank you.
You're getting colors from your brand kit.
Yep.
You can get logos from your brand kit as you already demonstrated.
Yes.
You can get fonts from your brand kit as you already demonstrated. And as of today, you can now upload your own fonts as a premium user. You don't have to use the Adobe fonts. If you have some custom font, some font you bought from some other foundry, no problem. You can upload those directly into your brand kit as of today.
Or if you're one of those people that makes your own fonts,
Oh, it makes your own font,
which
even
is
better.
very
Yeah.
cool. You can definitely use your own font.
All right, it downloaded. Now let me see if it actually worked. I'm gonna say, oh, wait.
Okay, while you're doing that, once again, I'm just going to keep going through and we're going to keep showing how you can just easily change brand kit colors. And if I want to switch from this brand to a different brand, that also is pretty easy. I can just go in and I can get out of this brand and I can take my second brand. So say you have a lot of clients and you work with a lot of different brands, it's really easy to do this. You can go ahead and now I'm in my other brand kit. And this is the primary color for that, so I can go ahead and switch colors too. So this is super helpful if you have multiple clients or multiple projects that you're working on. You can go in and you can edit those colors with ease, which is always really, really nice. Okay, I'm seeing this great question. I love Photoshop, but as a beginner, it's intimidating. Adobe Express looks amazing. Where do you suggest beginning your journey to learn Photoshop? Oh my goodness. So I love Photoshop. I think I've been doing Photoshop since I was a wee little lass. And I know that for me, one of the things that was really helpful was to jump in with an image, like say even this one, and just try doing things like try removing a background, try changing colors, and watching tutorials. So there's so many tutorials on YouTube.
I know there's some guy named Terry White. He's done some like how to get started with Photoshop stuff. I mean, that guy's amazing. You should go check out his videos.
There's a million videos by Terry White that are absolutely fantastic and honestly probably far beyond what I know how to do in Photoshop, but there are also so many beginner tutorials just right when you're starting. So jump in, and I always feel like with Photoshop, you have to learn by doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just like with Express, the best way to learn is to jump in and do it. And now Terry's ready, so I'm
ready
excited
to
to
answer
show.
the question.
Yes.
Unfortunately, the answer's not what I wanted, but I'm ready to answer.
Okay.
Okay, so the question that came up a while ago, and I had to build this because I didn't know the answer. So we saw that I could remove the background from a video. So I did that here. This butterfly is a video I just grabbed from the free content, and it'll fly away in a second. So I took the background away from the video. Great. And then I also took the background away from Express, which is something you can do as of today. You can not only remove the background, but you can download a transparent ping as of today. So that, in other words, if you wanted to create a lower third for a video or something transparent that you made in Express to put on top of something else in another program, great, you can do that. Unfortunately, when I did it for the video still gave it a background. So I can't, in other words, it's not what we would call in video, this will be an alpha channel. It doesn't download a video from Express with an alpha channel to knock out the transparency or knock out the background for video. But for graphics, you can. And of course, once you knock out the transparency for the video in Express, you can do all your Express stuff. But you just can't say, okay, I just want the butterfly by itself, transparent, to put it on top of another thing. That it does not do for video, but it will do it for stills. So I had to go figure that out myself before I could answer your question.
Yes.
So that was it. Okay.
Thank you for answering that question. I definitely didn't know
I wanted to know the answer, so that's why I went and did it.
So what I've been doing while Terry was figuring out the answer to that question, which I'm glad I know the answer to that. If you don't have a brand kit and you just want suggested colors, that's another thing is Adobe Express will also say, okay, well, here's some colors that already exist on the document, and here's some colors that then we suggest. So as you can see, it's pulling actually from that video that I dropped in, and it's suggesting these complementary colors.
You know what?
Yes.
That is one of the things that from early Express days that I really appreciate is that, let's say you just start with a template, or a blank page even, and you drop a photo in. The minute you go to, and now you put some type on it. Well, I don't know what color to make the type. I'm having a hard time deciding. The minute you go to the color picker, it will recommend colors based on the design, and it will keep updating based on your design.
Yeah.
So that way it will always harmonize your background, your photos, your text with the right colors that would look good together. So even if you're not a designer, if you're new to this, like someone said, hey, I don't use the other tools, this looks like it would be fun, is it easy to learn? Things like that, little hidden features like that just kind of make it easier to get good looking content, even if you're not used to this or formally trained.
Yeah, so I think the best part is you definitely don't have to be formally trained to be able to use Adobe Express, and I really like that. I like that it is user-friendly. I like that I can just do this, and it's, obviously it's a little easier for me because I'm used to layers in Photoshop, and so it's intuitive to me to drag. But there's still layers, and as you can see, what I'm doing right here is I'm just I'm dragging this layer. So now what I wanted to show is, now that I've dragged in that new layer, I can go back to this, and it will suggest probably different colors, which it did.
It did.
So now
I love that.
I love that once exactly what you said. So I wanted to pull it up and show people. Once you drop in any new graphics, any new images, it's going to say, okay, well, here's other colors to suggest. And like, as we can see, now this grayish blue color really matches with the rest of that wintry background that I've dropped into this.
Right.
So.
And you just remind, like people were saying, oh my God, you can download transparent stuff now. Great, and I'm glad you like that. I like it too. You just reminded me of another new feature that dropped today.
Yes.
When you put that graphic in, one of my friends who is a creative director, designer, he's like, when are they going to let us lock things so it doesn't move around by accident? Today. So if she wanted to not move that background image by mistake,
lock it.
There's a lock icon on the upper left corner now, and you could just click lock. And I think the interface is backwards because now it shows an unlock. I think it should be unlocked until you lock it.
Yeah.
Anyway, that item is now locked, and you can see the little lock icon in the upper left corner now. And you can't accidentally move it or disturb it while it's locked. And you can always go back and unlock it, which makes the icon lock. Don't get me started. Anyway, I've expressed my
You've expressed your feelings about Express
to the team, and I think that should be the other way around.
Expressing Express.
But I'm glad the feature's there. As of today, you can now lock content so you don't accidentally move it around.
Amazing. And that's so helpful also if, say, I'm collaborating with someone who is not as familiar and I want just to pre-lock down some layers to make sure. Say, Terry, once again, I feel so wild saying this. Say Terry doesn't know how to move around in layers. I can lock a layer and then I can hand it over to Terry and say, okay, well, anything that you can move around, you can move. That's the thing that you're allowed to edit. Please edit those things, Terry.
Yeah.
And then I want to show, of course, that we can now we can group layers. So I'm just gonna go ahead and group these layers, which now means that all those things we can move together. Whoop! That did something fascinating.
And grouping has been a part of Express for a while, but one thing I want to point out for those who will be new at this is when you go get it, like she's using her own content so she knows it inside and out, but when you go use a template, one you've never seen before, and you go to click to move something, and it moves 3 things, it's because those 3 things are grouped together.
Yes.
And you might ask, well, why did they group this template? Why did they group these things? So A, you can move them around together. And more importantly, B, when you resize them, they all resize proportionally together. So that's a reason you would group. But even if it's grouped, you can still double click on like the text to edit the text without ungrouping.
So one thing I'm going to do is, because you said that, I'm going to go in and we're going to pick a flyer just randomly.
I love how you're willing to take an extra step to show them what I just said.
I mean, I think it's so helpful, and I think somebody asked about pages, so I'm going to add this one as a page. Look, so this is the neat thing. Now Terry has access to page 1.
Ooh, there's page 2.
And page 2, yay!
Yay, there's page 2.
Yay, we're all here in page 2.
All right, I'm on page 2 now, and instead of a yard sale, it's a estate sale.
Estate sale, cool.
All right.
Cool. Okay, so now we are both in, and one thing I can do is I can literally, while Terry's editing that, if we go back to my screen, I can literally be doing something completely different, and Terry, keep editing.
80%
I'm
off.
gonna have you do all my work for me.
And, yeah, it's a bunch of stuff.
And I can jump back in at any time, so I'm gonna now jump back
23, and we're gonna make the date September instead of March.
We're gonna go to that second page, and I'm gonna add
Expand
the
this
title,
out.
winter wear.
Great. Cool. Oh, and by the way, like what I'm working on now, I think is grouped. So
Yes.
yeah, this is all grouped together. But I wanted to change the date from March to September. Let's say we change it to October.
Yep.
All I did was double click, and I can change this to October. And let's put that on another line like it was. And it's still grouped together. So I can still grab the whole group. I can still grab the whole group and move it around and resize it and still have access to the individual items. So groups are not a bad thing. They're actually a good thing. They're helpful.
I feel like resizing is the
Yeah,
best thing
resizing
about
is the best thing because you can resize it.
because you can resize everything. So if you know that all that text needs to be the same size, but maybe you want to move it to the bottom of the screen, you can definitely do that super easily. And I think that is really nice about templates.
If it wasn't grouped, imagine this template didn't have anything grouped. Every single item would be, I'd have to click on every single thing to move it around. And now, if, like you said, if I just want to move this to the bottom, I'm going to do what you did. I'm going to do what you said. I move it to the bottom, and I notice it's behind stuff.
Oh no, Terry,
So
what are we going to do?
Just move it
what
up
are we going
in
to
the
do?
layer stack. And there it is. And I didn't have to pick up every single element piece by piece to move it.
Right.
So that's the whole point of groups.
And layers.
And layers.
And layers, because being able to drag layers is the best. Being able to go directly and keep working. And we're just going to do, I think I have one more that I already pre-made. That's just another pop-up shop PDF that we're going to pull in. This one's mostly text, and we're going to go ahead and drop this in. As you can see, this one also was a little faster because it doesn't have quite as many elements. There we go. Sometimes it takes a little time. You have a little heartbeat.
Well, you know why it took time on this particular one?
Yes, please.
Because you have pop-up, so it wanted to give you the pop effect. It wanted to pop up.
Terry, that feels very much like absolutely a thing from Adobe.
It read the template, and you said pop-up, so it made you wait a second, and then it popped up on the screen.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm going to,
Hey,
once
these
again,
are the jokes.
These are the jokes. Once again, I'm going to share this with my amazing teammate and collaborator. Please edit this pop-up file.
So Water Dragon's asking, does Adobe have video editing features? By Adobe, yes, a company. We do have several applications that do video editing, but I think you mean from Express.
Yep.
And yes, you can do video editing now in the new Express, also as of today.
Yes, and in fact, you know what I'll do, just so this turns it into a video, is I'm going to drop in a video.
No, wait, I got a better way.
Yes, please. Do you want to pull up one of those other files?
No, on this right here. Just click on it.
Yes.
Click on like pop-up.
Yep. Oh, let's animate
it. There you go. That'll turn into a video as well.
Okay, so we're going to animate it, and we're just going to do,
what
does it look like? You know what? I like Bungie. Let's go Bungie.
Bungie.
And I'm going to make the duration just a little bit longer.
Now, the minute she clicked on one item in the whole thing and said animate, now at the very bottom on the right, there's an edit timeline. So technically, just by animating one thing, you've turned this into a video. And if you edit the timeline, you can actually add multiple scenes, you can add video clips, you can have text, you can animate multiple things on the page, animate multiple pages. So you can do a whole video for TikTok, YouTube, Reels, wherever you want to put a video right here, even just starting with text and images, even if you don't have a single video to use.
And you can just download this right away. You can see all the different file formats we have, and you can download it as an MP4. And so that will save it as a video, which is great.
Absolutely.
And if you say you had this video, but for some reason you wanted it just as a PNG, you can also go ahead and do that.
Because maybe you need to post it as a still on some platforms and a video on others.
Yes. of course, you get the little warning. I get the little warning that says videos and animations and audio will not play on a PNG. So that's just, it will let you know that you're doing that. And so, yes, now we have an animated version of this. We have a video, and now exactly what you said, we can now add in other pieces onto this timeline so we can edit this exactly as a video, which is very, very cool.
Can you show how to animate? I think you just did.
Yeah.
So if she clicked on another thing, then she can click animate and animate that other thing in a different way.
Yep. So I can take this other text, and I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to click animation, and this time let's do looping. So we're going to breathe. I'm so glad I got Terry to do that. Okay, so now...
I got the cue. Okay with it.
Now we are dropping in and we're breathing. Amazing. There is a feature with human cartoons to record voices, and that's also another animatable, that's probably not a word.
Animatable? Probably a word.
Something that you can animate. Also in Adobe, which is really fun. And actually, that's one of my favorite features that, I think we don't talk about a lot, but being able to do character animations in Adobe Express is just super neat. Actually, let me show you something kind of uncool. No one has asked for, but I personally really like. So I'm gonna go ahead and, it's not letting me click, but it is the generate QR code. You know what? It's letting me do this, so I'll show this really quickly. I'm not gonna go through it.
Ooh, they added some more characters since the last time I looked.
Yeah, so this is exactly what they're asking for in text. So from here, what I could do is I could take a character. I'm going to take, the name of my agency is called Warm Robots. I have to do a robot. So here I'm going to pick a character. I'm going to pick a background.
Like 5 minutes left.
And then I'm going to go ahead and make this into a reel. And from here, I'm not going to do this right now because I don't want to have to plug in the extra cord, but I can literally click record, and this will record this robot talking, and it will record movement.
In your voice.
In my voice.
So that's what the record is. You're recording whatever you want to say, and then the robot will mouth the words while it plays back what you said.
Because I've saved this as Reels format, I literally have made a reel in 5 minutes once I record that. So this is really, I think, one of the most fun things, one of the fun hidden features, I think, of this. And one thing I can do too is I can do this, I can record this, and then I can save it, and then I can drop it back on one of my other templates, because now it's this cool video that I can just drag and drop back. And I think you can take that question from Emily.
Emily, is there a way to add your own characters? Not that I'm aware of at this point. I mean, I know it's leveraging our character animator technology, which does allow you to create your own characters if you know how to do it in Illustrator and Photoshop. But I don't think that's a part of Express yet, or at this time, I should say. I don't want to promise with it yet. But good question. I'm excited. I can finally tune in. I've been traveling. Looking forward to this live stream. Great, Jenna, welcome. And we're just about at the end of this live stream, but stay tuned. We're going to be doing this all day.
Yep.
We got like 2 minutes left. Anything you want to add for these 2 minutes other than generating a QR code?
I love generating QR codes. It's very uncool, but very useful.
What do you mean uncool?
And so, very cool. It's the coolest thing you can do. It is absolutely the coolest thing, niftiest thing. I love this because I always think about digital business cards.
Exactly.
And I will show this. I'll be back on again here at 1 p.m. and I will show this again to you.
Who wants to type a link if you could just scan it with your phone? I mean, I get why people like seeing, for example, at a restaurant, the physical menu.
Right.
But at the same time, QR codes do have other uses.
But look how neat it is that you can have all these different versions of a QR code. And once again, I can just take this, I can immediately download it, and I can drop it back in.
And by the way, when you download that QR code, like she just showed you the download button, it's yours. You can use it wherever you want. You don't have to use it in Express. but you can bring it back into Express.
And if you want to do something really fun, take out your phone right now, and if you scan this, it'll take you to www.adobe.com, a website maybe you're familiar with,
well,
maybe
you can
not.
put in your URL, and they can scan it and get to
Yeah,
your
absolutely.
stuff. Yeah.
So feel free to go here. That's not my name, so that's not my URL. GoldieChan.com, and that's then this is my URL, which is
Right, so
absolutely
if you scan
neat.
that right now with your phone, that should work to go to her website.
Cool.
All right, we are out of time. Unfortunately, this went by quick.
So fun. I'm so glad we got to do this together, Terry.
And we can start to see some of your hair.
And you can see
It's
some
good.
of my hair. I wonder if I just do this.
Nope,
You can.
actually,
Nope.
it's good. I like the kind of
I like it. It's a transparent layer.
transparent looking
My hair is a PNG right now.
This is great. And yes, Wade already answered, but you can watch any of this content later. The only reason you wouldn't be able to watch an Adobe Live later is something technically went wrong. But otherwise, they're all available for replay. Unless something
I do
didn't
think there's
horribly
one last
crash.
question I want to make sure we
Sure.
answer.
What is it?
Are Firefly features available in Adobe Express?
Yes, they are. So you can generate, you can do text to image, you can do text effects directly in Express. So I usually show it, for example, creating a custom background for my Express content using generative fill and directly in Express. All right. Thanks everyone for watching. Stay tuned. I'll be back in 5 minutes and we'll have another great guest and we're going to continue doing this all day long.
Bye.
Thanks for watching this one. Thanks, Goldie. You're great.
Thank you.